Hey, happy day. So I find myself in a very curious space in the energetic realm of things. And if I can start reading from this to give an idea of what that is about. All alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. And it talks about sneakers that leak and so on and so forth. But Christmas time is the the accepted time of year that we spend with loved ones, and we celebrate, and it's a bit of a bacchanalia, actually a Saturnalia bacchanalia, and that's all about excess and opulence and hedonistic, well, according to the ancient Roman and Greek times when it was practiced. And I, on the other hand, found myself alone, all alone, day after day, hour after hour. Nobody, everybody was busy with something, somewhere, someone else, somewhere else. And it's a good thing. I don't mind being on my own. As an only child with no siblings, one parent, I went to boarding school very young. I've always been a loner. And so it is something I'm very comfortable with, much more than the average person. I can go for 3 days without speaking or seeing or engaging personally with another human being. And not many people can say that. I just do it in the urban jungle instead of in the mountains or the forests, or where other hermits would usually be found. It is incredibly isolating to be surrounded by people, but yet have absolutely no personal engagement with just about anyone. I might as well be living on an island. Um, the curious thing is that I've, when it comes to the energies, I feel like we're all in this space of stagnation, or it certainly feels like that. And there is this pause that is happening whilst we determine what is important, where we need to be, what we need to be doing. And I very much sense this call to go back to basics and forget about how things look and how things appear, but how things really, truly are. We're so busy living when you're not distracted by all those things that you are distracted by, and you stop, you realize how much distracts us from what's important in life. And when we are not addressing what's important to life, we are influencing the energy of the undercurrent of life, meaning we become oblivious to the sacredness of life. And there is a call in this coming year. I believe it's a 7. Yes, it's a 7. If you add up 2023, it is a 7, which is about what are we choosing, how are we choosing it, why are we choosing it. And so there's sense issues, wounding to do with abandonment will be coming up, and where we feel others have let us down, that over promising and under delivering. But if you flip it and you mirror it back to self, we will understand how we've been distracting ourselves from paying attention. We've been giving ourselves a lot of excuses not to address those matters that are at the core of what's essentially dysfunctional in our lives, in our relationships, in the work we do. So I understand, because I've been having to work a lot with these energies of when you're on your own, you can it's a bit like a dark night of the soul. A lot of negative self-talk comes up, a rejection, who rejected us, why we aren't loved, why we aren't making, why we aren't worth the effort, etc., etc. There are many reasons we feel abandoned, rejected. Perhaps we've got shame and guilt that we are needing to deal with. Perhaps there are apologies that we need to make in order to settle any karmic debt. I very much sense that the whole wheel of karmic debt is flipping, and we should be experiencing, we will be experiencing different energies in life. So be patient, stay positive, do a lot of self-care, meaning have a lot of self-care rituals from the moment you wake up. Try and wake up earlier in the morning. 5 o'clock's a good time. You get extra time every day to journal, to read, to meditate. Find interesting new ways to make your life a ceremony, a sacred ceremony filled with beautiful self-care rituals, because that way you will keep yourself buoyant and you will be focused on the primary target, which is you. And if you can do that and evolve and sort your stuff out, then it has a positive influence on your immediate environment and the greater whole at large. So I'm hoping that we can look into our hearts and find our true colors, or be able to see in each other the true colors of humanity. Humanity spelled H-U-E. So the hues of the manatee that we are. And I hope that we are able to live with more of the Aquarian ideology, being more humanitarian, being concerned about the greater whole, and not just about ourselves. So perhaps we can focus more on how the planet looks and less about how we look, and if we are more accepting. And I find it interesting with everything going down, as in the Balenciaga saga and all the, there's a lot of toxic masculinity currently out at play. And so it's curious to watch where and how this is going. But I definitely sense that the feminine needs to step into her power. I feel the call. Our time has come, and are we ready to respond to this call? I am more than ready. Will I see you there on the front lines, fighting for this planet, fighting for humanity, fighting for civility and for decency and compassion? I look forward to seeing what you all pull out of your hearts in this new year. Namaste. In Lakesh. Happy day.